So back in July of 2001, sitting here in the restaurant and the phone rings and this guy says, "Hey, I need to place an order." And I'm like, "All right, what you need?" He goes, "I need like 10 pork sandwiches." I remember it was 10 pork sandwiches and some other things I don't remember. I said, "All right, cool." I said, "Who's it for?" He said, "That's for Mr. Gibbons." I said, "All right." Hung up. I was like, "Hey," there was a guy named Josh that worked here at the time. I was like, "Hey, Josh, we got 10 pork sandwiches." About 10 minutes later, this little Toyota Tacoma rolls up and this little guy gets out and he's about 5'2" at the most, about 100 pounds soaking wet. Got this long ass beard halfway down his chest, this little hat on. And I'm like, who is this raggedy little bastard? And so the closer he gets, I look at him, he comes in, he's like, yeah, man, I had an order for Mr. Gibbons. I said, all right. I get to looking at him like, no freaking way, no way. So I ring him up. He's like, "Oh, and I want a beer." I said, "Well, we don't have our liquor license yet. We just opened, so can't charge you for it. Today's your lucky day." Man, this dude freaking slams this beer so fast. I mean, he opened it and downed it before he got to the trash can that was about 5 feet behind him. So by this point, I'm like, there's no way this is that dude from ZZ Top. He's a lookalike, no question about it. And so I look at him, I'm like, "Hey man, how many times a day people ask you for your autograph?" He goes, "Oh, about 1,000, but I don't mind." Reaches in his coat pocket, pulls out a little sticky note, and it's him on the cover of Guitar World magazine. And he signs it for me. He goes, "There you go." And I'm like, no shit, that really is him. Because like I said, I'm convinced this dude's a lookalike. And I'm like, man, that's just crazy. And you know, I had no idea that he lived around here or had a house. And so I told a couple different people that he had been in here, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we went to school with him over here at Robert E. Lee. He just grew up right down the road. I remember when he got his first guitar." And my landlord at this building is like, "Yeah, my sister used to date him in high school." So yeah, that's my Billy Gibbons story. He was a great guy. I'd come in here quite a few times after that. So he, you know, just for me thinking some little raggedy bum, turns out to be one of, you know, in one of the most famous bands in the world.